In this guide, we're going to go through a number of other style tags. So get ready because we're going to fly through them, but I'm going to walk through each one and give a practical example on how you could use it. I'm going to start off by getting out of our paragraph tag and actually creating a unordered list because I think that's probably the best way to look at this. And then I'll create a list item and close it out. And inside of this list item, I'm going to start and I'm going to give each one of these tags their own dedicated spot. So the first one is going to be the marked text tag. Now with marked text, this is a way where you can use a mark tag to highlight your values. So I'm going to say mark, and right here, oh, I misspelled it, needs to be mark. And now you can see here that marked is now highlighted. So this is a cool feature, and using CSS you can change the color of the highlighting if you don't want yellow, but this is a really nice and effective way of being able to add a highlight element to HTML. And I'm actually going to add a paragraph tag underneath all of this so that I don't have to keep on scrolling down, and then I'll get rid of it later so that you can have the show notes. So now all of them are going to be right here. Okay, next one is going to, I'm just going to copy this because I don't think you want to watch me type every single one of these. The next one is going to be the small text tag. So small, I'm just going to copy this, paste, and paste. Now, as you can see, this small text right here is smaller than all the rest of the text around it. Once again, that's something that could be accomplished with CSS, but I want to show you how you can do it with HTML as well. So that is the small tag. The next one is going to be the deleted text. So this one's pretty cool. So with this one, this is the deleted text tag, and the tag name is DEL. So for this, it's DEL, and as you can see, that crosses a line straight through that text. So say that you are a teacher and you want to show the right way to write something and the wrong way, you could use the delete text to show the wrong way. That's a pretty common thing that I've seen done before. Okay, next on the list is the inserted text tag. And with this one, you're just going to use INS, short for inserted, and with inserted, it underlines it. Once again, something that could be accomplished with CSS. And that's something that I will say just one more time, and then I won't say it again. All of these things could be accomplished with CSS, and we'll walk through those later. However, since this is a comprehensive HTML guide, I want to show you that there are multiple ways to accomplish the same kind of build. Okay, next after insert, we have subscript. So this is subscript. And the tag for this is SUB. And if I copy SUB and put it here, you can see subscript here. Now, what would be a good example of this? This is one where, say that you are trying to teach math or something like that. And I don't mean all of this stuff is for teachers. I'm just because I do quite a bit of teaching, I use these for this kind of purpose. So let's say that I want to teach you about logarithms. Now, logarithms have a very specific syntax where they utilize a subscript. So what if I want to do log base 2 to 10? It would be kind of a pain to write that and to go and create CSS rules in order to do it, and you would end up having to call IDs and classes. It'd be messy. But by using this sub tag, you can see right here, I was able to write the full mathematical formula for log base 2 to 10. So this is a really nice way of being able to apply rules like that. So now that is the subscript. As you might have guessed, because we have a subscript, we also have what's called a superscript. So superscript is a way of being able to essentially do the opposite. Subscript lowers the items by a few pixels, and superscript raises them. Now super is, or it's SUP is what it's short for. So I'm going to do superscript, superscript, and for our example, what I'm going to do is, this is perfect for exponents. So say I want to do 10 to the power of 20. You can see that I can write that mathematical formula just like this. I didn't have to add any styles. I was able to just slide in that HTML code and it did all the work for us. So that is Subscript and Superscript. Now, next one's a very cool one. I like this one a lot. This one is our code, or it's called a pre-tag, but I like to call it the code tag because this is going to give us the ability to do something that looks like code. So I'm going to get rid of right here. And these are called pre-tags, but what it does is, notice right here, it changes the font to a code-looking font, like Courier or something like that. And so if you want to put code into your application, so if I say right here, I want to do some Ruby code and say puts hey world, right here, you can see that this is full code and it puts it on a different line. That's why it's not showing up right there. So that is one important thing to know, is pre works kind of like a paragraph tag in that sense, where it adds some margin, puts on a different line, changes the font. But this is something that's really cool. I use this quite a bit whenever I'm trying to do demos for, and I want to show that one type of content is a piece of code. So this is a pretty neat one. I'm going to come back here and just say pre-tag so that you have this in the show notes. And our last one is going to be a quotation tag. So this is, oh, and I messed up. I didn't grab all of it. Okay, so this is a quotation tag. Now with a quotation, and I'll call it quotation text tag, with a quotation one, it's just going to be Q and Q. And as you can see, this adds quotes for us, even though we don't have any quotes inside of the content itself. By wrapping it up in this Q tag, it did it for us using HTML. Now, this is sometimes handy. I mean, to be 100% honest, I usually will use just double quotes. As you can imagine, this is very similar to this right here in terms of how it looks. Say, notice how these things are identical, but one of the nice benefits to using the Q tag is very similar to when we used the strong tag over the B tag when we wanted to make something bold. By using Q, it lets users, such as blind users who are accessing the site, know right away that, hey, this is a quote, because they may not be able to know that without being able to slide these kind of tags in. So this was a lot of content. I wanted to run through it all in one go because there wasn't really a rhyme or reason in connecting them, and it would have made for a bunch of very short lessons. And also because these all belong into the family of HTML style tags. So these are ones that you're going to use. They all have a very specific purpose. Most of them, if not all, actually all of them, can be accomplished using CSS. But in certain cases, especially with these two, with Subscript and Superscript, these come in really handy whenever you're trying to do mathematical equations or things where building your own CSS classes would start to get pretty messy. So that is how you implement style tags in HTML. And in the next guide, we're going to walk through how to add images.